Hello, everybody, and welcome to another of a Just Enough Heshy show.
Hello, SD. You introduced the show a little bit, but I guess well, we're gonna have to just forget our Facebook Live today. Anyway, everybody, welcome back to Just Enough Heshy show. Me and Esty had a big argument before we got into the show. What'd you call me, a liar? No good person?
No,
a hateful person?
I was just trying to explain how when you hurt people, it doesn't matter your excuses, it's never okay. You can have the best reason to murder someone because they murdered your family. Guess what? You're still a murderer. That doesn't change that.
So somebody murders my family, I have to forgive them.
You don't have to, but if you murder them, guess what? You're an equal murderer to him. Now there's two murderers instead of one.
I'm not murdering them. I'm just not forgiving them.
You don't have to forgive them, but then they're going to be taking up space in your brain, and that's not healthy for you. It lives in you, and it makes you sick, like physically.
Okay, so anybody murdering your family, I'll come over and tell them to forget. You should forgive them.
Every person can choose what they do. But when you don't forgive someone, you give people free space in your head. If that's what you want, fine. Then they win twice.
We'll discuss this more, Esty. Me and Esty had a real screaming match in the car. But Esty, let's introduce the show. Who's playing for the show tonight?
Yes. So we have. Hold on. We have.
Everybody, Z just showed up, late as always, but he made it just in time.
Lock me out next time.
Oh yeah, the guy randomly locks people out. We don't understand why yet.
We have a lot. We started the show already. We have a lot to talk about, and Esty is still coloring, and she has to get our show started.
Yes. Okay. So we have Soft Fusion Inc. They're a software development company. You just have to move it. So for a development company that can help you run your business smooth and help you with all your software needs, call them at 718-215-9800 for your free consultation. And then we have Pescata Carne, amazing meat restaurant with a bunch of unique dishes and fun fruit drinks, not alcohol drinks.
Yeah.
I didn't get to try it, but it looked good.
So good to be back here.
So yeah, they're located at 509 Avenue P, and then we have Pescata New York Dairy Restaurant, located at 1776 Ocean Avenue. Check them out; they're delicious, amazing, and try the Belgian waffles. And then of course we have.
Hold on, did you figure out how to pronounce gnocchis?
Gnocchi, yeah.
I don't know. Your mic is not working.
It's not working.
No, it was. Hold on.
Use that mic.
He said no.
No.
It's working. Yeah. And then we have Orchidia. Every day they have a lunch buffet, all you can eat from 12 to 3, $25 a person, located at 4815 12th Avenue. Check them out. They're dairy, amazing food. And if you want to get solar panels for your house.
Esty's not excited tonight about anything.
I'm excited.
I know who to speak to about solar panels.
Hello.
Right.
You know me and Esty had an argument in the car.
We're going to talk about
No, I didn't because I wasn't there.
So she's very depressed because I never fight back with Esty. I always say, Esty, you're right.
I shouldn't finish the commercials?
This week I screamed. I'm sorry, I apologize. Go ahead, finish the commercials.
Okay, fine. So oh my gosh. So we have if you want to see if your house is eligible to get solar panels for free, and people always think there's a catch. There isn't a catch. You save money on your taxes and your electric bill. It's a initiative from the government. They want to help lessen the stress on the grid. You can call them. You can call 215-694-0443 or go to solar@rejuice.com.
I know that number.
Do you? And then I wanted to advertise that this Wednesday, January 16th. They're showcasing my art and a few other local artists from Brooklyn for charity at 1018 Avenue M from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock. So come by. There'll be free sushi. It's a free event to come. People want to buy art.
What that you do while you're on the show?
Where's the place?
What?
Where's the place?
It's at 1018 Avenue M on Avenue M in Coney.
So we can buy your art and the money goes to charity.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy a picture from you.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I have a bunch of pictures, all different sizes.
Even though you're angry at me.
I'm not angry at you. I know you think that's anger. I was just trying to explain something to you. I was not angry.
Sounds like I missed some juicy stuff.
Oh, you did. It was a screaming match.
I want to hear more about it.
We have Chamula Jewelers, located at 944 Kings Highway. Chamula Jewelers, a family-owned business for over 40 years. They specialize in diamond engagement rings, eternity bands, and diamond jewelry. Or just bring your own jewelry for redesign and freshen up. Chamula Jewelers, they've got what, Esty?
A sparkle for you.
They're located again at 944 Kings Highway, 718-336-1980. By the way, my beautiful watch.
Artist is working right now.
Yeah, but Esty, my watch broke, and my wife took it into Chamula Jewelers, and they fixed it beautifully.
They changed the battery for you? That's amazing.
Not the battery. The gold little piece on I think they broke off and they opened it up. They're very good. Then we have, of course, Tehila Tishler, ttstyles.com. Tehila Tishler, TEHILIA at TEETEESTYLS.com. You can reach her at 718-675-6842 or just go to our website, TEETEESTYLES.com. 718-675-6842. She does wigs, hair, makeups for weddings, events, makes you look good. She's very busy. Call her. Her prices are great. Now, you know she's my daughter-in-law, right?
Yep.
So I want to tell you before I get to the next commercial, I have another daughter-in-law. She's pregnant.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And
more Tishlers.
More Tishlers.
That's a very scary
this is my first grandchild. And, you know, I have 100 nephews and nieces. I'm running the family. So they're all coming up with a name. What are we going to call you when you become a grandfather? So they want me to pick a name, you know, Booby, Zaidi, Grandpa, Poopa, Oompa, whatever, all these names. So I feel uncomfortable being called Grandpa or Granddad.
You feel old?
Not old. It's just not me. So I decided, I was watching a television show the other day, you know, one of these ranch Texas movies, and the man in charge, they called him, you know, a name, you know, like Big Man, or so I'm going to be called, instead of Grandpa, Big H.
Big H.
My grandson's going to come over to me and say, "Hey, Big H." My granddaughter.
That'll be the day.
That's exactly what my daughter-in-law.
That'll happen.
That's what my son's daughter-in-law tells me. But I'm going to teach her. You call me Big H.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Anyways, we're going to be...
A lot has happened since I've been here. We have so much to talk about.
We're not holding by you yet. See, we have a lot of other stuff to do yet. So anyways, we got to... by the way, my birthday is January 29th, a Tuesday. My wife's birthday is January 27th. And the baby's now scheduled to be opened up, cut open, or whatever you want to call that, on January 28th.
You're cutting open a baby?
Not cutting open, since the baby is stuck.
It's a C-section.
A C-section.
So you gotta be so careful.
Combine all the birthdays, save some money.
Right. Perfect. So that's what my son said. So listen, Tom, we're gonna do all three in one shot. So yeah. So everybody, by the way, when the baby's born, it's gonna be born most likely. I'm gonna be on the show or the day of the show. You're all invited to the bris. I'm gonna give you the address. I would expect.
Yeah, that's crazy. Is your son okay with this?
Hey, I don't care. I'm paying for it. I'm gonna have at least 1,000, 2,000 seats for food. You all come enjoy it. It's gonna be in the morning, but yeah, it's gonna be sushi. I'm gonna have sushi too. So, anyways, that's that. Then, of course, we have the next commercial. Now that I finished talking about that, Green Line Building Solutions, which we do great work. I just want you to know, last week I did a 15-story building, and I helped my owner, who took him 3 years to finish that building, to pass inspection. Green Line Building Solutions. We help you with stop work orders, vacate orders, code compliance, and I just helped another lady who's having a baby at the same time as my kids get into their home. We help them with code compliance, court, ECB court violations, and we also help you with DOB, FDNY, and DEP expediting. We help settlements with the Department of Finance, and we help you do FDNY criminal tickets, and we help you with evictions. Green Line Building Solutions, located at 5318 16th Avenue in Brooklyn, Borough Park, 5318 16th Avenue, Borough Park, Brooklyn, corner of 16th Avenue, 54th Street. You can make an appointment by calling me at 718-871-0382, 718-871-0382, or just pop into the place and come into Green Line Building Solution on the corner of 16th Avenue, 54th Street. And then we have Wolf's Grocery Store, 2362 Nostrand Avenue, located on the corner of Avenue J and Nostrand Avenue, between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. They make deliveries. 718-252-1863, 718-252-1863. Wolf's Grocery Store. They're a wonderful place. They help people out. They make deliveries. I just love them, and they're good friends of mine. Now, before we start the show, hello, Z, as you know, and I know that you're the one who doesn't laugh at my jokes. By the way, you know I'm going to make fun of Chaim Deutsch. Esther, you have to let me. He tried to call me today, and I'm going to make fun of him.
I know, and you didn't want to make peace with him because you're such a great person.
He called me a disturbed person, Z.
Well, you don't want to take his phone call. I would also call you disturbed if you don't want to take his phone call.
Why should I take his phone call? He doesn't help the people.
That's a reason.
I'm going to tell you a story
about...
What
was the medium for that?
Okay, I don't know what the medium was, but I heard the gossip.
He called it to you where? On the radio, on TV?
To private people in meetings.
Oh, wait. So you're saying from Lashon Hara. You heard someone say that he said that about you. So you have no idea if he actually said it.
Well,
great.
I mean, there's a very good chance that it's true, because...
I heard it from a few people. I heard it from... But anyway,
I never heard him talk bad about you.
We're going to get to Chaim Deutsch in a minute.
Wrong.
We're going to get to Chaim. Well, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong, but I don't think he said it. He's too careful.
You just spoke bad about me. You don't feel bad? I'm insulted now. I'm ready to cry.
What did I talk about? I said the fact that you heard something from him.
You just said most likely I'm disturbed. Did she not just say that?
Yes.
Well, define disturbed. somebody who doesn't want to make peace with people, someone who likes hurting people.
That's your definition of disturbed?
Yeah.
That's a lie. Yes. Now you just
fine. What's my definition
now
of
you
disturbed?
insulted me and lied to me.
Yeah, I lied.
Same thing you accused me of doing. Anyways, can I tell you my quote?
Sure.
Okay. Z, my quote of the day is very simple. This is for Esty. Love doesn't make the world go round. Love is what makes the ride worthwhile.
I've heard that. It's
okay. So that is the thing, Esty. You have to love. You don't love me.
That's not true. I accept you unconditionally. I just want to help you realize some of the things you're doing might hurt people, and it's not okay.
I don't know that. Anyways, can I tell you a story?
Go for it.
Okay, here you go. Here's my joke of the day. Ready?
Okay.
I thought that quote was the joke of the day.
As you know, even though I have lawyers and my nephew's a lawyer and I want my son to be a lawyer and I work with the law, I hate lawyers. So what happened was I had a contract many years ago to work with the New York City Housing Authority, the projects. And I was working with them and somebody got injured on the job and I was called in to testify. So the lawyer for the defendant calls me over and says, Mr. Tischler, did you see the accident happen? I said, yes, I did see the accident. He says, how far away were you when the accident happened? I said, 27 feet, 6.5 inches.
Mm-hmm.
He says, wow, how are you so sure of that distance? So I said to this lawyer, Mr. Jacobs, well, I knew sooner or later that some idiot would ask me, so I measured it. Come on, come on, you gotta laugh at that.
I called the lawyer. The punchline is we know when to laugh.
The punchline was that he did. I said that I knew that an idiot would ask me how far away was, so I measured instead of saying 3 feet or a few feet away. I actually measured it.
So the joke was that you called him an idiot?
I called him an idiot without calling him an idiot.
Oh, I see.
You understand? Wow, I hate both of you so much.
I'm so sorry.
You hate your joke writers.
Anyways, we are going to discuss a bunch of issues.
Yeah. Can I even start with one issue?
We're going to start with
one issue that affects all of us.
But before we affect all of us, I want to talk about the spy, the president of the United States. So Esty gets upset.
I'm so glad I'm on the show.
But Esty got upset with me that I called this man, Nadler, a fat, short little pig.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Trump.
No, Nadler. So Nadler gets on TV, but Nadler hypes up the whole country, saying that our president is a terrorist, is a traitor to the country.
Yeah, he says bad things about people.
Is he mentally ill?
Yes,
is he wrapped
most of these leftists are mentally ill.
And here's the best part. They go on. I'm watching CNN and NBC and CNBC.
Always good for a laugh.
Fox, real good for a laugh. And they said that Trump was hiding his notes from the meeting. And it was first of all, this is the president of the United States.
Oh my God! He must be a Russian spy,
right? And he doesn't have to. But Esty, he doesn't have to.
Can I just say something?
But I'm going to let you say. I want to finish my opinion.
Yeah, go ahead.
The reason why he hid his notes is very simple. The point is that he saw, as when he became president, that his whole entire administration was constantly leaking information. So he said, I'm going to hide my notes so they don't leak the secret information that I have with the president. That's very stuff that can help the world.
Presidents always hide things. Why is it so different?
So this is crazy.
Everything that he does, that every other president does, is a national crisis.
Right.
Don't you understand?
Yeah.
That's how it works. Oh my God, they used tear gas at the border. Right. It's a crisis. Hitler, Nazi. Right. Oh, right. Every president has done that. Oh, well, all right, never mind. Well,
right.
That's how it goes.
It's terrible. So that's on the main political level.
Yeah.
Okay. And then of course we have Mr. Hyken. Can I say one more thing about Mr. Hyken, who left our office?
He's not even in office.
Right. Thank God he's gone. So I was today talking to a client that had a problem all over Borough Park a couple of months ago. They went and dug up the sidewalks and streets.
Okay.
And Mr. Hyken got on the radio and the television with Chaim Deutsch and all our councilmen screaming, "Oh my God, they broke up the sidewalks without permission." And he promised these people they weren't going to be charged. He got a big news conference and a big standing ovation. Let me just tell you, maybe one block didn't get charged because of the trees they broke. Everybody else got charged. He just knows how to get on television. Thank God he's out of office. And I'm telling you now, Mr. Eichenstein, the new assemblyman, I like you very much. I hope you keep your word. I hope you're on top of your game, because we're going to watch you, but we love you. And I love Mr. Eichenstein specifically, because this week he wanted to come with me to the jail. I went upstate to the jail with my niece, my delicious niece, Esty.
Mm-hmm.
She needs the one that was on the show last week, Z. My niece was on the show. She has a wedding date for June 14th, but she doesn't have a man chosen yet.
Oh, that's usually the first priority.
And she has a double master. So she's going to be on. She came with me. She came to the hospital. She's just wonderful. So anybody out there who wants to marry my niece,
Oh my God.
Hey.
That's a good joke.
Hey.
And you're less than 28 to 29 years old
I'm too
and
old.
religious,
Too old.
Jewish religious. You don't have to be tall.
I'm too old.
You're not too old. How old are
I'm
you?
33.
Okay, we'll take you.
Oh, all right.
Okay, but you have to be religious.
Congrats, I'm engaged.
So simple.
And the father has money.
Oh.
Sure.
And you have a jeweler from me.
And we have a jeweler, right? We have a jeweler. So send in your resumes. By the way, and one more final comment, and I'm done. Then I'll let you talk. Are you ready?
Yeah.
As you know, I'm part of the board, and we package boxes to the poor for our organization called Shevis Achim. We feed 101 families every week with Rabbi Fish. Wonderful, wonderful man. And our budget just came in. We raised over $787,000 to feed for 52 weeks these 101 families. So I give congratulations to you, Rabbi Fish. You did a wonderful job. I thank you for allowing me to contribute and help raise some of your money. And people, don't forget, you're always able to email or ask me where to send contributions to the Just Enough Heshy Show at justenoughheshy@gmail.com. You can call into the show. Esty, where can they call into the show?
Ooh, 718-303-9090.
And they
Very
can
good.
email us at
Fantastic.
Just Enough Heshy, and you can click onto the YouTube link to watch our shows later on if you didn't watch
Right.
the whole show. And Facebook, really, I couldn't get the Facebook up and running, but Esty has her Facebook up and running for the show, so please watch our show on Esty Facebook. Okay, Z, I'm turning the mic over to you. What do you want from us?
So much. First of all, before anything, I just want everybody to know, and I know it's a little bit too late because the elections are already long gone, but for the future,
You know, there's a recall election going on for city council.
but for you,
Not for me.
Right.
There's
Well,
somebody going around signing
for all the
signatures.
people who don't really know our dear Uncle Heshy here, say what you want about him. Obviously, he's not perfect, and there's lots of things you can disagree. Many of you don't know this. I actually had surgery a few months ago. You were there, actually.
I came to visit you. I love
I
you.
had back surgery, and sure enough, I was in the hospital, and guess who poked his head in? It was Uncle Heshy. And I told him, I was like, wow, you really came just to visit me? I'm flattered. And he said, actually, no, I'm just making my usual rounds. I'm usually just in the hospital, running around visiting people in the hospital. And I was blown away. He never even mentions that he does this. And he's
No,
such
he does. He mentions
he's
it
like
a lot.
a hidden, I never heard about this in my life.
Really?
You don't pay
It's
attention to these
hospitals,
people,
prisons.
It's amazing.
Esty
And
says I'm a vicious, evil person.
I've never said that.
In the car, you said it today.
Nope. Nope.
You
You
said
said
I
that's
that.
what I'm saying. For all the
Esty
people
says
who
I
don't
mask.
know, the
Esty-
real,
yeah.
he doesn't want any credit for it. He didn't ask. He was just there making his rounds at the hospital. I was
I'm just
blown
saying
away.
that you can do a lot of good, but you have to also be aware of your bad. You can't be like, I do good things, so I don't have to work on myself because the other bad things don't
That's
matter.
how I live my life.
Right.
Oh,
She says
I
I
gave
mask.
You can do whatever
I
you
gave
want.
charity, so I can like
Exactly.
steal from
I
others now.
donated money to a school. Now I could, screw the government out of money because I use the money for good. That's how it works
But you
usually
see,
in this community.
we're not Robin Hood. Robin Hood was
Yeah,
not
yeah.
correct if he lived in today's society.
And you know what?
Anyway,
I just want to say something. Chaim Deutsch, your friend, Esty,
Yeah.
he went to a school dinner to represent him, Yeshiva Dal Cheto, which is my son's old yeshiva from last year.
Yeah.
And he put it on Twitter, how great the school is. Do you know why he went to that school? Because his wife is the secretary.
that's a
Okay.
good reason.
Right, that's good. Again,
Did
another
I
bribe,
miss on
another
the
way to
show?
get pushed in. You're right, he wasn't paid.
Did you guys discuss the whole Leah Forster thing on the show? Did I miss that
Esty
episode?
You did.
Esty
We did
did.
discuss it a little
We
bit.
discussed it a little bit.
It's too late for that.
But no, but she had a clean, I heard she had a clean comedy
Yeah.
show and she had a packed house.
Listen, I can tell you my my opinion on it, but it's old news already. But anyway, can we just talk about the fact that for some reason, randomly today on a Monday afternoon, on a clear, beautiful day, there was 3 inches of salt on every inch of the street and sidewalk today?
I did not see that.
What in God's name is going on? Why
Right.
is it whenever it snows, they don't do anything? There's no plows, there's no salt. But today they're like, hey, it might snow at the end of the week, so let's dump all the salt on
all
the
of a
street
sudden
now.
they woke up. They never every time
But
it
it's not
snowed,
snowing.
it wasn't.
It's not supposed to snow till Friday. And then what it does is it digs up the
Supposed
streets.
to snow Friday? What?
Yeah, it messes up the streets, and then they repave them, and they spend millions of dollars and clog up all the traffic in the summer repaving,
We
and
have
then they do this
no-
again and again.
we
What the
have
hell are they
no-
doing?
The cycle
Who runs
continues.
this city?
And it's not the city.
The hell's
See,
wrong with
that's
this
where you're
place?
making a mistake. We have a city council that's broken down by districts, and these guys are supposed to watch
Who's responsible
It's
for that?
our city councilman and our
It's not
senator.
a New York government. It's not
No,
a New
you
York
have the
City
head of the
official
you
thing.
have the head of the sanitation to make sure the budgets are done.
Right, but I'm saying
And
you don't
then
think
it
it was
gets
the whole New York City
No, no,
was salted? It was
no,
just our
It's
district?
not
I
our
don't believe
district, but each of the districts have their leaders, and they send out a letter, or they send out a work order, and then all of the councilmen and assemblymen have to watch the districts and speak to the local. For example, the other day, you saw the video about the Sherman guy who stole the car from the tow truck man.
Yeah, that's such a choshem.
Now, it's not the
Disgusting.
Hashem that I have a problem with.
Yeah.
My problem is why is the tow truck man in our town
Yeah, doing his
opening
job.
not doing his job? He illegally opened the car. He's supposed to tow the truck. So they said that he's
that I
allowed.
don't know, but-
So they said he's allowed to a new law or an old law, whatever. He's allowed to break into somebody's car. He's allowed to break into the car so he doesn't damage the car to turn it around. Hey, if you can't turn the car around, then don't tow it. Don't break into the car. It's illegal. It's like telling you that you're allowed to come into my house because you want to serve me a piece of paper.
That's an X in this communist city.
It's unacceptable. Now we have the boot today. All they have to do is boot it. But instead, the reason why they were towing the car this way, they would make more money on a ticket.
Listen, I don't know exactly what happened, but I saw the video, and the way they were speaking to the guy was, of course,
well,
all the Jew haters came out of town,
not the Jew haters,
to
had,
look at the video and to comment about, Hitler and all these wonderful things. So that's, we have to be careful, especially because it was who was on the video? It was a councilman or somebody?
Not a councilman,
somebody.
Sherman member.
No, but there was a senior, a big name was on that video, and people have to remember, in today's day and age, pretty much any time anything is happening, somebody is videotaping it, and it's going to get seen in the public eye, and you have to be mindful that you can't just run your mouth when you're in a position of, power to say anything. You got to be careful.
100%.
It's crazy.
Well, my point is that I believe that, like our councilman Kamenega, what did he say? He says, I'm giving out more tickets, so I move traffic along quicker. I know that I was driving down the avenue today with Linda.
What the hell did he do with the bus lanes over here?
I know that. It's crazy. And everybody says that the cameras in the buses don't work. I saw a video of a kid running down the street without a parent. They ran away. How the bus driver ran into the street to pick up the kid, which was great, to save the child's life.
That wasn't here, though. That was in, like, Minnesota or something.
Whatever. The point is, buses do have cameras wherever they are. And, they have the cameras. We have them over here. So you're full of crap.
But who decided to do this? We have Kings Highway, which is already a busy street.
They took away 120 parking spots.
But forget about the parking spots. They took away took away a lane from the street, and now it's a one-lane street and a bus lane. What the hell are they doing?
What do you mean give up my car? CST again.
They want buses and trains, and they want people to not have cars.
But the buses and trains suck.
The trains don't.
And then they're going to be even more expensive again soon. Yeah. It's unbelievable.
But I don't understand. Like, they're taking away parking spots because you understand that, like,
one at a time.
Sorry, I do not move my car from my house after 5 o'clock because it's not like you won't find alternate side parking. There won't physically be a spot for you to put it. You'd have to double park. I think they're doing this. Why would they make
a problem? But why are they making it worse?
Not so bad.
Well, anybody who wants to comment.
Because they want us to stop.
By the way, anybody
come to that intersection?
Which, by the way, we're thinking of doing.
Go to Kings Highway and Nose Street any time of day. Traffic is backed up a mile because they decided, hey, let's take away a lane.
Go to 53rd Street and 18th Avenue. The entire block is backed up like you never saw before. And you know what I saw the other day? I was driving down 14th Avenue, and the entire block, like 3 blocks, just had buses parked, taking away private spots. I don't understand, Mr. Councilman and Assemblyman. Why can't you create a parking spot so the buses during the day when they're not being used, park somewhere that the regular citizens can go shopping and parking? But they won't do it. Right? Too much ask for, and we just keep suffering and suffering.
I didn't think it was possible to get worse. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's already been bad, and they somehow managed to even make it worse.
You made that comment before about Hitler.
Which?
The Hitler comment, that whatever you said the word Hitler.
Yeah.
That girl who became the congresswoman from the Bronx. What's her name?
God, yeah, we're going to talk about her.
She actually said something about Hitler about us.
Oh, I didn't see that.
That's what I read. I read it in the Jewish press. Usually, that's a comic book magazine that.
I'll have to look into that. But she's said more than enough things that should make people question the sanity.
And then,
of
of course, you have this lady from Hawaii or somewhere in the Midwest that says that anybody who doesn't want to sell Israel or boycott Israel should not be punished by America. They're putting in. This is what our government is busy with, creating a bill that if you want to boycott Israel, you can.
Wait, what? You can, but there's consequences.
There's not. So right. So America says if you play this boycott game, we're gonna not do business with you.
Well, we have these 2 wonderful Palestinian congresswomen now who are very anti-Israel and pro-boycotting Israel. And believe it or not, there are plenty of Jews who voted for them because it's much more important to be anti-Trump than to care about your own country and your own homeland. And that's the derangedness of the left.
My question to you is, I don't understand why people don't like Trump. I mean, what's he doing? You're right. I believe in the border wall, but I'm against him saying that no immigrants can come in.
So that's the thing that I wanted to talk about. And I know it's a little bit late because the midterm elections happened a few months ago, and unfortunately I wasn't here for that, and I wasn't here for all that noise. But what really made me realize, because I was thinking about it, and at the end of the day, before the elections, they were busy talking about, but look at the economy, and how could anybody be against this, and look what Trump is doing, and look how bad. Look what Cortez is saying, and look what this one's saying, and look what that one's saying. At the end of the day, you have to realize that it doesn't matter to these people. It doesn't matter. These people vote not for policies. They vote for who a person is. It doesn't matter if Donald Trump literally gives them all $1 million extra in their bank account every year. He is a bad person, and they will never vote for him, no matter who the opposition is. That's why they voted in a freaking socialist, because as long as he's against Trump, as long as she's against Trump, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter that she wants to tax people 80. You heard about that? She wants to tax the top, 1% of New York at over 84%.
We're not going to have anybody. They're all going to leave the country.
Right. But nobody cares because she is anti-Trump and she's a minority. She's in. That's all the left cares about. Trump is a bad person. So it doesn't matter. You can show them all the numbers about the economy is doing well. This is doing well. It does not matter. They don't like Trump. That's all that matters to them.
But you see that she should not be reelected because you know that she came in against.
How could she ever get elected?
I don't know. Because
she's on Twitter and all the followers. Let me explain something to you.
Change.
Let me explain something to you.
I agree that she should have been elected. You know why? Because the guy before her was just old and not just doing and following a line. She promised to not follow the line.
Yeah. First of all, she won.
Jumped into the box.
She literally got like almost the bare minimum of votes that you could get. People make it sound like 1 billion people voted for her. She won the district with like a bare minimum amount of votes because nobody cared in that district because they're tired of the state guy. She got like 15,000 votes. They asked, like big deal.
They asked her the government shut down, but Congress keeps getting paid.
Yeah.
Would you give up your salary? And she says, "Oh, I got to run. I can't."
Right, exactly. Oh, that's classic. She always had a question. Her campaign actually just got fined for not providing workers' comp for her employees.
Wow.
Mrs. Socialist over there. Anyway, so the point is that one would think after the comments that she made after she was elected, like I was looking, see the good thing about the internet nowadays is that you could always, see the comments and get a pulse on what people are saying and thinking much more than the actual media. That's what I like to look at. So do you remember when she first got elected, she went on this whole rant about how there's 3 chambers of the government. You hear about that one? It was like a month ago. She's like, there are 3 chambers of the government, the House, the Senate, and the presidency. And like any normal person that was in 3rd grade civics knows that that's a totally.
I know. She's is she college educated? Did she even go to college?
Yeah, she has a degree in economics from Boston University or something. Nobody understands why.
I hear her talk. Really, and she talks like
exactly.
Is that bad?
So here's the thing. So
wait. Esther, I just said bad about a congresswoman.
Did you say something bad? What'd you say?
I said that she's not even paying attention to the show.
She's a busy artist here. She has to sell her product.
No, I'm asking you. What did you?
I called her a dumbbell.
So yeah, that's bad. But because you can say I don't like her opinions, I don't think she's smart.
But understand, she has a college degree and she talks like an idiot and doesn't know the facts.
And for the people who think that her Twitter is so smart,
you don't agree with her opinion, you don't like what you say, but calling her dumbbell.
Somebody that doesn't know the 3 branches of government, who is a congresswoman, which is basic survey civics, is a stupid person who should not be in politics.
Is she a stupid person or she just?
That's like a mechanic saying, "Oh, I think there's like an engine in a car, but I'm not sure."
I'm not sure if the steering wheel goes round and round. That's what you do. I can't even tell you that you're wrong.
Branches of the government. Do you know? Okay, well, whatever.
The Senate, the represent.
No, you just see you can vote for her.
Wow, I love you.
Anyway, so the point is, so even after she made that comment, you would think people that voted for her would be like, "Wow, maybe she is kind of stupid what we're doing." It doesn't matter. I was looking at the comments. People were literally writing, "She's such an inspiration. She's a young Latina woman who made it to." They don't care what her policy is. That's how liberals work. They don't care about what your policies are. They just want you to be a minority, somebody that they could say, "Wow, look, we have a minority and she's so young and hip and whatever. And it's so cool. And she's an inspiration for my daughter that a woman could do anything." They care about who the person is, not their policy.
So I want to talk about another one. There's a guy, Williams, who's the councilman from your district over there. Jermaine Williams.
Yeah, I don't really know.
So I heard from somebody that came into my office, and he said that Mr. Williams has Tourette's, had some serious issues going through college, had to struggle. He finished college. He has the Tourette's. He struggles every day. Look
fantastic. But if his policies are policies I disagree with, I don't care if you're a cancer survivor.
Right.
I want to vote for somebody whose policies I agree with. Why is that so crazy? Doesn't make you a racist.
But now he's running for public advocate, a position that my councilman.
I've heard things about that whole council. A lot of anti-Semitism going on there.
Our council does nothing.
Can we talk about the fact that there's been like hundreds and hundreds of anti-Semitic attacks in the last couple of weeks in New York and Crown Heights and this and that. And the worst part is, and here's the part that really makes me angry, is that nobody likes to talk about them until it's that one white person that's a pro-Trump whatever They ignore the thousands and thousands of the left-wing ones, and all of a sudden you see it's because Donald Trump brings out the hate from the right wing and whatever. I saw an article in the New York Times or one of these, definitely legitimate publications that straight up said there have been thousands of arrests of anti-Semitic crimes in the last couple months, and not a single one was a right-wing person. Not a single one.
Oh.
You don't even hear about them. But the one person who does something and he's a Trump supporter, oh, you see Trump right out on the How about the fact that all these left-wing people are anti-Israel? You have Farrakhan going on there talking about how Jews are evil.
You know that
people at the Women's March. Yeah, the Women's March.
What's Farrakhan's movement? The Nation of Islam?
Yeah.
Do you know that they have a city contract, these prejudiced people,
I wouldn't be
for
surprised.
almost $1 million
I wouldn't
for
be surprised.
How could they
totally
have that?
You think they would give that to a KKK?
But our
No.
city councilman won't stop them. And you know that each councilman gets $1 million, and what do they do with their money?
Oh, I heard about that. They threw a big party with it or something.
Right.
Yeah.
They each get $1 million to give to whoever they want, and they just throw parties with it. They don't give it to the poor.
But
They
you're
don't
not
give
allowed
it
to
to the drug
criticize them
rehab.
because then it's racist.
Right.
Yeah,
And they don't give it to the drug rehab
They were saying
centers.
how anti-Semitism has really risen recently. But
Right.
don't worry, the Third World War is coming.
Why would you? I don't want a third world war.
Nobody wants it.
So why
It's
do
what
they get a
happens.
pass? Why do they get a pass? Why is it every other day there's another attack in Crown Heights?
We are stupid people. We keep electing the politicians that
So here's
do
the thing.
nothing.
So that's the thing I wanted to get to.
They do nothing.
Yeah.
They say nothing. You know
Have
why?
you heard what de
They
Blasio has
stand
been
in line.
saying the last couple of weeks? The guy's gotten completely off his rocker, completely straight up communist. And why? Usually,
and he's going to be
we had a
elected
balance.
president.
Of course.
He's going to run for president.
Usually we had a balance in the New York Senate. We had at least a couple Republicans, a couple Democrats. So at least when they come up with their moon crazy ideas, usually there's a little bit of balance. People saying, hey, maybe we shouldn't do that. Now we've given them full control to do all these Democrat things because it was so important for the liberals that live in the city because they hate Trump so much. They'd rather vote in every nut job as long as they're left wing and they say they're going to oppose Trump, they're in. So now we have a clean Democrat House of New York, and they're passing all these crazy things left and right. So they got rid of foam a couple of days ago. I'm sure you heard about that. You can't have styrofoam at a restaurant anymore.
Oh, and they're getting rid of
Now they're
plastic
getting rid
bags
of plastic
again.
bags because there's nobody there to say what the
But
hell
this
are
is
you
what
doing.
they're busy with.
But that's not
These are
even the bad
the
thing.
Z. This is what they're
Right,
busy
this is
with.
what they're creating.
They're
They're the most
dumb
corrupt
laws.
government.
Right.
That's what happens when you're led by hate.
Right. So the person.
Led by hate.
So the person.
Yeah.
It's not led
What's
by
her
hate.
name? The one that just
We
got
are-
elected,
They hate
Letitia.
Trump, and that's
Right.
their
That's
main
not-
thing. They are
that's not
led by
true.
their hate for
No,
Trump
no.
over
That's-
everything
I
else.
These politicians raised millions of dollars and tricked us, and we allowed these people with money. For example, you have Pelosi
What's
and
her name? The one that was Attorney General, Letitia.
Letitia
Yeah.
Williams.
So her whole entire campaign is we're going to go after Trump. That's not your job.
Right.
You're the New York Attorney General. How about you look at the fact that this is the most corrupt state in the whole United States, practically? What does Trump have to do with it? You're going to start looking into his business dealings from 20 years ago because you don't like that he's president? How is that even legal? That's what people voted her in for, to do her freaking job,
I know.
not to go after Trump because they don't, I'm saying it's sick.
And then,
And she could do whatever she wants because she has the support of everybody in the House. Because why not? Everyone's
This is correct, but
liberal.
you see her standing on stage there with Schumer, and they look like two retards. Esther, can I say that?
Him and
Esther,
Pelosi that
I
night.
really want you to watch the
That
video.
video.
You
when
can
they,
call
the
anyone
second,
anything you want, but your soul gets tarnished.
But
The
why am I
second-
tarnished? They actually look like retarded people.
the second the camera swung on those two morons, I was peals of
But it's
laughter.
our
It was so
fault.
funny.
We
These
elected
two
them.
morons sharing one podium,
We
sitting here telling us that all of a sudden they don't care about the things that we have videos
Right.
of them talking about 2 years ago, saying yes, we need to build a. They didn't say wall; they said a physical barrier. So
But
now
see,
it's a totally
they
different thing.
actually, Trump told them, we spend trillions of dollars on wars.
Yeah.
We spend trillions of dollars to the United Nations and we
Yeah.
give out to the whole world.
Do you,
All we ask is $5 billion
do you
for
know
the
how
war.
small $5 billion
Right,
is?
and
in
she
this-
shut that. You were
Yeah.
blaming Trump for shutting down the government.
Yeah.
I believe Pelosi and Schumer, and you know what? I'm a lifelong
If
Democrat.
your budget
But
in your
I have
house,
to be a Democrat. Why? Because the only
Yeah.
way I can run for office
yes, we know.
is my committee. So my point is why are we Democrats so stupid that we're voting for losers like Schumer?
Because it's against Trump. That's all that matters.
I don't believe it.
Listen,
Trump is a good man.
I want
We
you to
don't like
understand
Trump.
something. If your household budget was $50,000, the equivalent of what the United States budget is, do you know how much the equivalent of $5 billion in the budget is? If
No.
your household budget is $50,000, it's about $50.
Right.
We're arguing over $50 in a
Nothing.
$50,000 budget
just to show they have
just to
power.
show
Right.
that we have to be kind to illegal immigrants and whatever. It doesn't.
Which
it doesn't
I agree.
matter.
I want the immigrants to be kind too.
And there's a way to do
and we
it.
have to.
Right.
If they could work with Trump and say, "Listen, I'll give you the wall, but we have to change immigration
Legal
policy.
immigration to make
Not
it
only
easier.
illegal,
Sure.
even the illegal immigration. But let's come up with a new policy. They're not even come up like Esther. Esther told me
It's just nothing.
in the green room before. Well, you know what? We go to war, and war is fine, killing other people, even though we have nothing to do with it.
But that's the funniest part.
If you insult somebody, it's no good. Killing people is fine. I have to forgive for that. But if I insult somebody,
killing is wrong. Being mean to people.
Do you understand something?
Killing that hurts another human is
being
wrong.
mean is worse than killing.
It's not worse. We don't know what the levels are.
Democrats have always been against war.
Killing, we don't know is bad.
Yes, we do.
And talking bad about somebody
we know it's bad.
Is bad.
I don't know about worse or better. They're both bad. You're like, oh, okay, I'm not a bad guy because I didn't kill anyone, but I hurt a bunch of people and I spread a bunch of lies and I hurt people, but as long as I didn't kill anybody, I'm fine. That's not rational. If you hurt people, you're not a good person.
But I'm allowed to talk about politicians because
you're allowed to do whatever you want.
Right.
But if you want to be morally authentic to yourself and be a good person, you don't do things that hurt other people.
But talking about the truth about other people, even though it's bad.
The truth is fine. You can say her policies are not good. I don't believe she knows what she's doing. But saying, oh, she's an idiot, she's name calling is not fact.
You're telling me I can't call Nadler a fat little pig.
You can, but that makes you a fat little pig.
But he's going out. He's doing something wrong.
Okay, you're doing something wrong too by telling him what he's doing wrong.
We have to push a button, Esther. Let's take a number. No, I think Z, you have the control there. Let's press a button. Let's take a caller and let's hear what everybody's saying. We'll do the commercials a little later on. We're not in a rush. Esther, did you finish your picture? Because I need you to concentrate on the show now.
Are they on?
Yeah, we're on the air. Hello, you're on the air with Heshy, Esther, and Z. Yeah, hello.
Hello. Yeah. I've been listening to you, and I applaud. I don't know who Z is, but I applaud his comments.
Thank you.
But I would like to make, no, please. I would like to interject something now. It's not the amount of money. It's because without a wall, you're going to get in more illegal aliens, and they figure by robbing the treasury to give them things, they will get more votes. And that's the significance of that, and not the amount of money, because you're absolutely correct. It's ridiculous. It's what it represents. It represents the votes that they think they can get.
100%. Exactly. They all vote Democrat. That's an excellent point.
I have a question for you, caller. America, and we're going to go back to this. We're going to go back to this theory over and over again. The American country was built by immigration. This is a country of immigrants. Now,
legal immigrants.
Women, both illegal and illegal.
What do you mean? We fought for this place. That wasn't legal.
It should be legal and illegal. If you notice, during the Civil War, people came off the boat that were illegal immigrants, and if you joined the Union Army, you automatically became a citizen on the spot. So don't tell me about legal or not legal. If you ever want to find, and also, by the way, you can get a green card if you spend or donate over $500,000 or do business with $500,000 to America, you can get automatic a green card. So these are not fair items how to go around the system.
Listen, the main reason why we need this wall is because of actually what's happening at the border, where
with drugs.
No, forget about that. There's people dragging their kids along, and it's a perilous journey because they think that if they just cross the border, they're gonna make it. If we take that away from them and we show them that it's not gonna work, they keep on dragging their children. Their women are getting raped left and right, by these coyotes or whatever that take them along. It's actually a humanitarian crisis.
But they have nowhere to go.
And if you what do you mean? They could stay in their country.
They can't. They're being chased.
Wrong. That's a lie.
That's
a lie. That's a lie.
There's
no war going on in any of these countries. They just want a better life, which is fine.
Isn't it run by mafia or something?
No.
So you're saying that they have jobs,
one at a time.
It's not like America, but they're perfectly safe. It's not like that's the thing that people were getting on Casio about you, saying, oh, it's just like the Jews in the Holocaust. No, we were being exterminated, and we were running away because if we stayed in our country, we would have been actually murdered brutally. These people, yes, they want a better life, which is fine, but there's a way to do it legally. Not everybody just gets born into the United States. That's the way it works.
Esty, I want to hear your opinion. These people, the money they spend on these coyotes, they can just buy an airline ticket and fly into America.
No, well, not particularly.
Why?
Well, what do you mean? Because legally immigrating is not something you just do overnight.
Well,
it can take
illegal
years.
Immigrating is sneaking and not being noticed.
My suggestion is taking New Mexico and saying anybody who wants to cross the border, come there.
Now, can I make fun of that?
My suggestion is take this money for the wall and just buy Mexico and then improve it and then sell it back to
oh my God, that's amazing. Why don't we do that?
You can buy the whole Mexico for $5 billion.
Hello, stop it, guys.
Dude, let's do that.
Let's do that. Caller, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Oh,
And
you're proud of that.
But I want you to know, I've lived in this city all my life, and I did not care for his braggadocious ways before.
Nobody does.
He was a pleasant surprise. But then again, I didn't vote till 1980, and I wasn't too sure about Ronald Reagan, but I knew the opposition
Exactly.
was not. So you picked the lesser of two evils.
Exactly. That's why most people voted for Trump. And like you said, it's been a pleasant surprise because everyone thought he's going to crash and burn the government. We're going to be in a nuclear war left and right. Meanwhile, the guy pulls us out of wars, and the Democrats hate him so much. And even though for the entire history of being a Democrat, they're always against wars, the second Trump says, hey, let's pull out of Syria, all of a sudden, what? He's pulling us out of Syria. We love wars. Keep the troops there. He's crazy.
Anyways, caller, thank you for your call.
May I make one more statement, please?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. The only problem where I was really disillusioned was when I thought I had the Republicans on his side. There's a large number of them that are just as bad as the Democrats. In fact, worse.
Well, we found out about what McCain did. Now that he died, we know about he's the one that actually gave that Russian dossier to the FBI.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
And
but there's still perfidy in the ranks, and that's what's preventing things from going on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, lots of
there's
Republicans in name only. That are real Republicans.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
She's not going to last another term.
Right.
No
she
way.
might resign or give
You
up.
think they're crazy now? Wait till he gets a third Supreme Court justice. My God.
I hope that they don't do what they did to Kavanaugh.
Oh, they'll do worse because
they're already preparing. They're already preparing. On the possible candidates, they're already coming up with a list of things we can say about each one.
And then they won't be able to use the judiciary
for the next 30 years.
Around the legislature and the will of the people.
Yeah. Caller, I hope you like our show.
I do.
I do. Do we make you laugh from time to time?
Yes, but you know what? If I could make another suggestion, a little less yelling would be easier to hear.
That's Esty's fault.
Okay, just blame me. Why not?
Well, thank you, caller. We
thank you very much.
Thanks for calling.
Everybody, you're listening to the Just Enough Heshy Show, Monday nights at 9 o'clock. We love all of you listening to us. I know that I had a caller this week who had a violation, and she said to me, I listened to you on the show. I heard you 2 violations. Can you help me? And I said, just for that, I'm giving you a free violation to do.
Wow.
Her name was, believe me, a wonderful girl.
Just because she listened to the show?
Not because she listened to the show, but she made my day. It was a very rough day. And she actually called me at the right time. And I said, come on. And she said to me, you make us laugh all the time. And I just want you and Esty to know.
What did she do? She spread her chair with one word. She made your day. The same way, one word, you can ruin someone's day.
Everybody makes my day.
I'd much rather ruin people's day.
Yeah, Esty. I don't ruin people's day. I make everybody happy. Okay, so anyways,
Some
Esty,
people's day should be ruined.
Who's playing for the show before we close it out?
Yeah, so let me do this fast. Okay, we have Soft Unique.
I want you to be excited about it this time.
I'm so excited. Okay. We have Soft Unique, a software development company that can help your business get to new heights. They've been doing this for 15 years. They can help you with all your online business software needs. Call them for a free consultation at 718-215-9800. We have Pescati Carne, amazing meat restaurant with a broad range of food that is great for families, and they have traditional dishes like steaks, baby ribs, burgers.
Baby ribs?
Yep. Duck, handmade gnocchi, skirt steak. So yeah, check them out. They're located at 509 Avenue P. We have Pescado, New York, amazing dairy restaurant.
I went there Saturday night. My boys made me take up my in-laws, their kids. And wow, ST, they serve garlic pasta and pizza with a fancy name for pizza, but it had like mushrooms and eggplant and a whole bunch of junk in there.
Just go any week that I'm not here, as usual.
Well,
you didn't come last week to Mustard with us, and we had a great meal that me and ST had great sandwiches.
We should talk about Mustard. Their sandwiches. I did not know paninis could be good in meat.
Wow.
I've only had dairy paninis. They were delicious. I had 3 different kinds. Like, I tasted some of everything.
I split mine with you.
Yeah, amazing.
We had these
sandwiches. I live around the corner from them. I've been there 3 times.
And you don't love their stuff?
I do. They just don't put enough meat, but don't get me started on them.
What? No, I thought it was perfect. It was perfect.
And they gave it a spicy, some of them.
That Mustard, guys. Go to Mustard. Go to Mustard. Avenue P between 3rd and 4th.
462 or 420.
Something. It's between East 3rd and 4th. You'll find it.
Between East 3rd and 4th at Avenue P, Mustard. Wow, guys, you can check it up online. Those guys blew us away last week. It was very good. And by the way, this one of our audience members, Heshy, showed up, and boy, he and Esty had a whole fight for an extra half hour after the show was over. You missed it.
I mean, he's an interesting fellow.
I'm actually going to be away next week too, but I'm hoping after I'm back we can get back into the swing of things for a while.
Very good.
So I was middle of talking about Pescado, New York, though, located at 1776 Ocean Avenue.
Where are they located? I didn't hear it.
1776 Ocean Avenue. And of course, we have Orchidia. They have an all-you-can-eat buffet. from every day from 12 to 3, $25 a person, including coffee and tea. You should check them out because, yeah, they're awesome. Then, of course, we have this Wednesday, January 16th. Come see my art, and it's a free event from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. at 1018 Avenue M. It's on Coney Island Avenue and Avenue M. It's a flower store that's also a show.
And the money goes for charity.
And it's you can buy paintings, and there's wine
and they can meet you, and they can meet you there.
And they can meet me there. Yes. So if you're interested in checking out some art, hanging out with a bunch of sophisticated people,
as you know, Esty is single, and that you cannot approach her or say anything bad. But if you're interested in dating Esty, you're able to send me a text or your resume.
Please don't.
Well, let me set you up, Esty.
Yeah, and I realized I don't need to be married. And I don't want to settle. So unless this guy is like up there, it's just not. I don't need. I'm fine.
But he's a firefighter trust fund baby.
Done.
There you go.
Wow, you're
6'3", 6-pack, I think. Yeah.
So, no, I'm not into that.
And for the record, I love how Jeff Bezos is getting divorced. You heard about that?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all,
$66 billion.
Let me just explain something to you.
By the way, just before you said
six-pack
body, I just bought myself something called. I was up late.
Six-pack of Heineken.
I bought myself something called the Total Fitness. You ever see this?
Yeah, of course.
What's this karate guy's name?
Yes, Chuck Norris. I see the ad on it. 4 o'clock. You must have been up late.
That guy's been
that ad's been on for 30 years.
Right, and finally I gave in, and I bought myself a Total Fitness, and it cost me 1 penny or $1. And they're gonna rip me off, and I'm supposed to have a 6-pack body in the next 60 days.
Yeah, I'll believe that.
No,
look at Esty's eyes.
Do it and prove him right or wrong.
I have no chance, Esty.
Come on, you don't even believe the one.
I don't even know how to program the video to watch how to do this. So
he's probably gonna kill himself.
I put it in the middle of the living room, and I sat on it, and it's very comfortable.
Yeah, it's a good way to
watch
sleep.
TV.
Exactly. I think that's it. You can also hang your dry cleaning on the treadmill.
Linda woke me up. She says, "You can't sleep on this. You have to work out on this." I said, "No, Linda. I was working out, but I got tired. Yeah. I overworked." Anyways, we have Chamula Jewelers located at 944 East, 944 Kings Highway, 718-336-1980, 718-336-1980. You can go into they have their family-owned business, and you can go get diamond engagement rings, eternity bands, diamond jewelry, or just bring your old jewelry to redesign and freshen up. And of course, Chamula Jewelers, Esty.
They got the sparkle for you.
They have the sparkle for you. Wow. And then of course you have ttstyles.com, Tehila Tishla, TEETESTYLES.com, 718-675-6842, 718-675-6842 for your wigs, your makeup, your hair. She sets you up for a wedding. You look wonderful and great. And then, of course, we have Green Line Building Solutions. We help you with stop work orders, vacate orders, inspections, code compliance. We go to court for ECB violations. We help owners with getting into code compliance. We do expediting for DOB, FDNY, and DEP. We help you do settlements. I actually helped an old man with $400,000 get down to $60,000. I'm helping a synagogue on Forster Avenue to remove $70,000 in fines and get rid of their water bill. Okay, I help other people helping me do it, but I'm just telling you that we know our way around. My staff is great. Call us. We'll help you. We'll try to help you. We'll do the best we can. Not always can we do. We also do FDNY criminal tickets. We specialize in evictions, and we also can help you get your gas turned back on, like I just did for this young girl who's having a baby. Also at the end of the month, the same time as my daughter. And we help you navigate through the Parks Department. We're located at 5318 16th Avenue in Borough Park, Brooklyn, the corner of 16th Avenue and 54th Street. You can make a private appointment at 718-871-0382, or just pop into 16th Avenue, 54th Street. Walk in, look for your Uncle Heshy, and I'll take good care of you. And of course, we have Wolf's Grocery Store located at 2362 Nostrand Avenue.
Is that new, by the way?
They've been around a long time.
It's a kosher store?
It's a kosher grocery in the corner of Avenue. He's a friend of mine.
Jay and Nostrand?
Jay and Nostrand. It's a pretty big store. Their meats are fresh. Their products they bring in daily. He tells me how he does it. They're just a wonderful, clean, pretty. Even if you look in the basement, there's no mice, no rats, no droppings. Beautiful. A brand new store, a couple of years old. And and I'm just telling you, this guy delivers from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can reach him at 718 252-1863, 718-252-1863. And you know the owner's name is Mr. Wolf.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Anyways, that's our commercials for the day. And for our last 10 minutes of the show, what are we going to discuss about, Z?
We got lots of things.
We have lots of things to talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
So,
I could go all day.
So here's and I know you guys are going to scream at me, so here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Your mayor, your councilmen are all going to approve marijuana.
Yay!
Now, stop. And I was talking
fantastic.
over the weekend with my in-laws and people how marijuana is a dangerous
100%.
drug.
100%.
And I'm telling you now, I'm dealing
So
with.
we knew we couldn't have one show without
which
talking
they give you.
about
They
it.
prescribe to you in the
Esther-
hospital if your leg gets broken.
Esther, in the
That's
hallway,
more
you told
dangerous.
me, two wrongs don't make a right. And I'm just telling you now, people are going.
Yeah, I don't believe in prescriptions.
People are going to drive stone.
Exactly. That's the main thing. It's happening all
It's
over.
not
Well,
just
I heard
And-
that Canada came up with a breathalyzer for weed.
Right, but that's the point. Is that a lot of people are driving stone.
you know-
Well, some people know how to
drive.
drive stones.
And
I
you-
think there should be a test to get you
I
smoked.
say the same thing
Drive,
about
see,
driving
it's
drunk, by the way.
Fine, done.
If you could drive perfectly well after 3 beers, and you get to drink 3 beers and drive.
Exactly.
That's what I
I
think
still
also.
want that to be an
No, I
individualized
disagree.
test.
Obviously, it's not going to ever
It's
happen in
not
the real world.
Right.
No, it could happen.
Okay,
I
well,
believe
see,
it.
most of your ideas are great in theory, but in the real world, they don't really make
So
sense.
I want to finish this up. I
What's
just
so
want
mad at you about the whole liver thing?
Go for it.
Because you don't even want to listen.
I don't.
And everyone I spoke to said, "Oh my gosh, that's
do you
genius. This
speak
is
to, your
old-fashioned
friends?
thinking." No, anybody like in the street, strangers. You're just
Yeah.
ugh,
Well, all I
you're
can
very
tell you is,
close-minded.
you know that they
I'm very
can.
smart.
You know they're making
And then you
marijuana.
would listen.
Anyways, my
Yeah.
turn. You know
But did you hear about what's happening in California?
what?
So now that they legalized it and started taxing it, you heard what's happening now?
No.
Make tons of
So the
money.
legal sales are going down and the black market sales are going up.
Why?
Because why do you think? Because people still want to buy it for cheaper instead of going through the legal systems. There's still black
Right,
market
because
marijuana.
now it's costing more money
What do
and
you mean?
taxes.
They're
and all
still
that.
making money.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but they're not making nearly as much as they thought, and they're having the opposite effect because now there's much more black market sales going on. Then the whole reason they wanted to legalize it was to try to make it less, and it's having the opposite effect, which anybody would have told you. The second you start raising the price and taxing something, if you can get it for cheaper illegally, and you've been buying it illegally your whole life, why would you stop now?
Right, and plus they say that the border, the drugs coming in through the border, especially
Yeah.
the marijuana, they took away like billions of dollars of this marijuana. They burnt it. I don't believe that for a second.
Well, whoever burnt it must have had a nice
Right, but the problem that I'm having,
That
the problem that I'm having with the marijuana.
California guy.
The problem that I'm having with the marijuana legalization is it's not so much the money. The problem that I'm having is that now they're going to make it more potent. In the many years ago, it wasn't as potent.
I'm very
They're
excited.
lacing it with
We're gonna have a bunch of stone people running around.
Right,
It's not a good thing.
Right.
Oh, people
Again,
being happy and in bliss. It's so terrible.
Yeah, we want people to actually be productive and
Do-
work
do
and
you
have a
have-
We have
society, not everyone
machines.
walking around.
I'm
yo,
sorry, we have
uh,
machines to do everything today's day. When is going to be a time when
Oh,
machines
do you-
take over and we just sit back
another
and
awesome-
Esther, I'm gonna- Esther,
awesome argument
I
that we
work.
should have.
That
That makes
makes
a lot of sense. We should have machines do everything.
See, I work with architects and engineers. Just imagine my engineer is drawing up a building with
Yeah, bro, I
structure,
think this
and he's
house looks
smoking a
good,
joint and
bro.
says,
Do you know how good that building would be?
Yeah.
Twice as creative.
I'm
It'll
just
be insane, and then it'll
saying, I
collapse.
believe that not only will it be crooked, okay, but and he's gonna say, look, you're supposed to have crooked floors, man, because when you smoke joints, it'll straighten
You know
out by
what?
itself.
I dare you. I'm going to find 2 architects, make one smoke and one not, and see if there's any difference. Do you think that they don't listen to protocol because they're high?
Yes.
They forget what they're doing.
Yes.
Literally, that's what it
Yes,
does.
Esther, you don't know
Really,
code.
you wouldn't know.
Really, Esther?
I wouldn't
I bet
know.
you won't know
I'm pretty
code
sure I've
and
seen
law.
people
Yeah.
that were high before. They didn't exactly
It
act in the
affects
normal way.
everybody differently. It depends how often you smoke. It depends on so many different factors. You can't say weed is like that.
The point is that there's a reason why it's been illegal, and there's a reason why.
Because they didn't want to make it legal because
should
of
be-
hemp.
it
The
should-
plastic companies
it
had a
should be
problem with it.
legal
And
and-
because
Woman,
it
Z,
spread
the plastic, woman, I didn't hear
Controlled
this.
circumstances.
Woman, Z,
absolutely should
the
be legal.
plastic companies didn't want to make
Yes,
marijuana legal.
yes, you can make out of hemp. You can make I think plastics or something. And there was a big company
Where
that
did
said
you
if
read
this
this?
becomes legal,
You read
online.
this on some legalizeit.com or some shit? Yeah, that's what I think.
No, fine. Look it
Yeah.
up online. Another reason was they
it's-
said it made white
yeah.
women sleep with black men. That's
Ah,
why it was
there
originally
you go.
Oh my
illegal.
And
God,
also the
that's
Jews
sweet.
did 9/11. Once we're
Right,
at it. Once
right.
we're talking
Read
about
it
garbage
online. I'm
things.
going to send you the article.
I'm sure it's from some
Alright.
amazing website like real
Okay, well, okay, no, you have the answer.
marijuananews.net.
Why was marijuana made
Yeah.
illegal?
I have no idea.
Exactly. I
I'm
looked
not
up
going to talk about it.
I looked up online
You did
why
not
it was
look
made
up
illegal,
if you-
and this is what I
Mama,
I'm
found.
not
assuming
true.
it's the same reason most
Right,
psychoactive
if you
drugs
would
are
have looked
illegal
at
because it
night-
affects
No,
your brain.
Molly was legal while marijuana wasn't.
And then
it became illegal.
Right, because they
Which
realized
actually,
it
by the
doesn't
way,
make sense.
really, because it actually helped save people's lives. Like the
Again,
therapists used to prescribe it, and it was amazing.
There are
The
instances
point is, the
where I
government's
think
not
One
going to
at a
care because they're
chill.
idiots.
Esty, one at a
there
time.
are instances where I think it 100% should be legal and prescribed to people that have certain medical
Right,
conditions.
exactly.
You're not wrong.
If you
I
have
agree with you
cancer,
on
you're
that.
sick.
But
But I
to
shouldn't
have
be free.
every nut on the street 24/7 being able to just smoke up, it's not a good
So
thing.
America's not
Not a
about
good thing.
freedom. If I want to do something to myself, I have no right.
Because
They
it's
can
not
shoot.
just you, because you will be impaired and you might injure others. The same reason why I can't just get loaded and drive a car.
So
every
why
night.
is alcohol
What
legal?
do you mean? Because within limits, there's no effect.
Okay, same
There's a
thing with
limit.
weed.
Exactly.
No, it's
I
not
agree with
true.
you.
But you can buy it at any store.
I agree with you.
So then why can't you buy weed in any store? It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing at
Why?
all.
It's not. The
Why?
second you smoke marijuana, you are impaired.
Not as much as you are with alcohol.
And
Alcohol
people
impairs you
don't.
twice as much.
Most employers will tell you we can't have you drinking even one beer on the
Right.
job for that reason.
Just
What do you
imagine
mean?
somebody comes in drunk on my
Because
job.
weed is
What do
not
you do
beer.
on your own
When you're
time?
drunk, you can't focus. When you're high, you can still do your job.
Esty, I have a question for
very
you.
weirdly.
President
No.
Trump. Esty, the pilot of your plane that's going to pilot you down to Florida, Amsterdam. Would you mind him smoking and drinking?
Me, no.
Oh, you
Well,
have no
that's a little
problem.
bit strange.
Him flying.
I know what it's like to smoke, and it doesn't do anything to you.
Smoke and
I
fly.
can fly a plane high,
If it-
yes.
It slows your reaction
Wow.
time by even 1% when you're flying a plane. That can be the difference between life or death, and you don't understand that.
Fine, so then pilots shouldn't smoke.
Oh, now we're getting
wow.
somewhere. Let's start, and then let's go on the next level. What about a guy operating a crane in the middle of Manhattan?
Don't forget
Should
about
be
that.
allowed
How
what
about
about a guy just doing anything that involves anything else around
Esty,
him?
how-
Yes, if you are doing a serious job that could affect people, don't smoke. if you
Oh,
are a
so that's
cashier in a
90%.
grocery store, no problem.
how about a teacher of little kids?
No.
Why?
Just you should be fully focused.
Oh,
Wow. So you,
Okay.
so
So
you
we're-
admit that
we're
you're
getting
not.
somewhere,
Well, so
though.
you
We're
admit
getting
when you're high,
somewhere.
you're not focused.
it's slowly penetrating
less
a little bit.
focused.
Right now, we're like here. Eventually, we'll get it in here.
I
Well,
think
we're
you're
getting
so
there.
smart.
Anyways, everybody,
Yes,
listening
I
to
do.
the Just Enough Heshy show that does not endorse marijuana, even though Esty, you quit smoking marijuana. Am I correct?
Nope.
You're back on it?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why I quit. This is amazing and awesome. And
Honestly, if you
Quitting
want to
is
do it at
stupid.
home at night to relax, I have no problem with it.
so yeah, no. So hello, nobody thinks
I keep on
that
telling
people
you,
in high-level
I'm-
jobs should
I'm
be
a
smoking weed.
libertarian. I don't
I
care
should
what
be
you do
allowed
in
to
your own time.
choose.
But when you're doing something that could impair your actions when you're in public and
Nobody's
you're
saying
operating
that.
things.
Nobody's saying
What
you
do you
should
mean?
operate a crane high. Nobody says that.
Right, but we're talking about in general.
One
They
at a
have a
time,
society that's always high, walking around all the time.
Those people don't have
smoking
those
up.
jobs. The people who are high, believe me, aren't working at a crane. They're working at the grocery.
Why not?
Because they're too high to get a job. That's their own problem. But if I want to
So
smoke
you try to
weed,
do it,
then
you
go to
want
crane
society-
school.
I can't hear. Hello. I can't hear this conversation when you
We
fight
don't
with each other.
wanna see a bunch
One
of
at a
people
time.
running around who are addicted to weed.
Okay.
That's
So,
the point.
anyways, we.
Some people will be addicted to weed. Not everybody. It's not all or nothing.
Right.
Uh,
And who decides who's going to get and who's not?
If you want to work for this company, you get drug tested. You're allowed to buy weed, no problem. But if you want to work for this company, you can't smoke
But
weed.
don't you
That's fine.
understand
Each
that you're
company.
saying it's inherently a bad thing?
No, because if they're drinking alcohol every day, it's the same thing.
You're not
Say-
wrong. And
all
there's a
I
lot of
ask is
things
that weed
about
be
alcohol
held
that
up to
you
the
could
same
say.
standard as alcohol.
Okay, now I'm going to get to the next subject, and of course, the final subject before we end the show. As you know, that in our communities, in the Jewish communities, the Department of Education has the secular program being now forced into the yeshivas. There's one or two said they're being forced to, what I understand, to teach the LGBT ideas or something like that. Somebody complained about it, and I know that Chaim Deutsch and Kalman Yeager are now saying something about it. It's a little too late. No, what do you think?
It's just fear mongering. It's okay. They're not going to force them to do anything. They're just going to force them to have basic English.
That's not true. According to the guy upstate in New York, in Monroe, they're forcing more than just basic English.
Like what?
I don't know. They're forcing to do a whole
Math,
bunch of.
science, history, social studies.
I
It's not the
agree
worst
that
thing.
all of that should be done, but now they're coming up with a curriculum that will take away from their Hebrew studies or their religious
No,
studies.
there's not a certain amount of hours they have to teach. Right now, they're teaching like all like
They
that
said 6 hours. They cut it
that
back.
was a lie. That was a fear mongering lie produced by Yeshiva World. That's not really what's
So
happening.
Yeshiva World is another fake.
Everybody is biased. There are very few real news people. You know,
Oh,
let's
really?
start a site.
And,
Oh, they
fi-
definitely have
and finally, for our last one,
Please,
They're
I would
definitely
love for. I mean, we
biased.
don't have time. I'd love for anybody to call and say a site that is completely unbiased, that says the news exactly as it is with no agenda either
Fox,
way.
Fox Channel, Fox,
Yeah, I'm sure.
Fox News.
I literally, when I watch a show, I know which side they're on. I'm like, whose side are they on?
Well,
Oh,
Fox,
based on how they talk.
Fox News is the best. Anyways, finally, and
Is that biased?
it's not biased at all. I like Fox News, and I think they're straight to the point. And I
They
don't know.
criticize the right all the time.
They
Fox
criticize
News.
them
a lot more than the
Yeah, if they're
CNN would ever
criticizing a
criticize the
side,
left.
that means that they are biased. Because if you were not biased, you would just say
No,
this and
I'm
this
saying-
happened. Not it's terrible this happened. You would
No,
just say
but
it
I'm-
happened.
Okay, well, we're not talking about the actual news. We're talking about a news program, totally
Right.
different things. But regardless, it is hard to find the news program that just tells the freaking news, which is sad, but that's how it works.
Well, everybody, we're coming to the end of the show. Thank you so much for listening. I hope we entertained you again. You're always able to email me at justenoughheshy@gmail.com.
And come to my art show this
And come
Wednesday.
to the art show this Wednesday. And if you want to
This
date,
Wednesday?
if you want to date with Esty, send me a resume.
Oh
Or
my
the show
God.
for
I did
Nadia.
not say that. That's Heshy saying
but
it.
you look at the resume.
I don't do resumes. This is not a job interview.
Thank you, everybody. We love you all. Come on back. Tune in back next week. We're going to cue our music. Enjoy it. I love you all. Oh, I forgot to say hello, Ellie. Ellie, I love you.
All right, good to be back.